Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ready? Okay. Let's get started with the Elmwood Park Public Library Special Board Meeting for the Board of Trustees for March 10th, 5 p.m. Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
Trustee Monahan?
Here.
Trustee Gordon? Absent. Trustee Narayan? Absent. Trustee Santangelo?
Here.
Trustee Belundis here. Trustee Fosco?
Here.
Trustee Pesco?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Awesome. Our account balances today, the total general fund checking stands at $147,692.46. That's as of March 6th. Also, as of March 6th, the total building fund stands at $38,220.25. The total gift fund stands at $2,030.02. Also, as of March 6th, the total reserve account is at $100,120.76. The total cash fund balance is at $288,064.49. And our general fund year-to-date expenditures for 24-25 are $1,999,401.28. That's also as of March 6th. On our consent agenda tonight is the approval of the February 2025 board meeting minutes with an adjustment for the adjournment at the end of the meeting to show that Trustee Belundis and motion and Trustee Monahan seconded at 6 p.m. with 4 ayes and no nays. The approval of the payroll for March 2025, the approval of the medical insurance for April 2025, the acknowledgement of the treasurer's report, the approval of the IMRF check for April 2025, and the approval of the general fund disbursements for February 2025. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Trustee Santangelo. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Trustee Belundis. Do we have any discussion?
Just have a typographical error, I think, in the last line of the director's letter. It says he wants the board to understand contract with an outside company not extend beyond the director's term limit. I think you had said the trustee is either the president or the trustee's term limit.
Right.
So the director's report in the minutes?
In the minute.
Yeah.
Under
Wait a
February.
minute.
Yeah, just
Got
the
it.
last line.
Got it, okay. Yeah, so the trustees. Everybody's okay with the adjustment for the adjournment, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, any other discussion on the consent agenda? All right, will you call the question?
Trustee Monahan?
Yes.
Trustee Santangelo?
Yes.
Trustee Belundis, yes. Trustee Fosco?
Yes.
Trustee Pesco?
Yes,
The motion carries.
awesome. Madam Secretary, do we have some correspondence for tonight?
Yes, we do. We have received correspondence from Sherry
You want to
Guzman.
get closer to the mic so they can all hear it?
Okay.
Is it on? Our mic's on? Okay.
Can I just, point of order? I thought we don't read the correspondence. Isn't it just?
It came in late, so it wasn't in your packet, so she has no choice but to read it.
Okay, this is from Sherry Guzman. While I may not be able to attend the board meeting in person, I wanted to take a moment to share some of my thoughts. I love the number of programs offered for all groups. With such a wide variety of programs to choose from, everyone should be able to find something that fits their needs. I like that there are events catered to the family, as it is a fun and easy way to spend time together. Every event I have attended, I have thoroughly enjoyed, and it's clear the staff is not only knowledgeable, but also genuinely passionate about running these programs. The only problem I face is being able to attend all the events that I would like, since there are so many and not all fit my schedule. My suggestion is to include the name of the staff members running the board program in case a patron has a question. All in all, the library is clearly doing something right, as I have been seeing more patrons at the library, and some programs are getting filled up, which is a sign of a library's success.
Thank you, Sylvia.
And another correspondence came from Jessica Rios. My name is Jessica, and I have worked here for a little over 1 year, and now I'm a resident of Elmwood Park. First, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for your continued support in helping our library flourish the way it has over the past year. Second, I would like to apologize for not being able to be here. But I am grateful for Chris Pesco, President of the Library Board, for speaking on my behalf. I wanted to start off by expressing my concerns to you all regarding last month's special board meeting. There was a comment that was made from a patron who never comes to the library, only attends these meetings, regarding a change that would hurt staff morale. This person expressed that because of our time extension, staff must sacrifice personal time to keep the library running, which is not true. Additionally, this person also stated that this change will hurt staff morale and would impact the library's success. Again, neither are true. I went around to my fellow coworkers and asked how they felt about this comment. And the general consensus was, we all felt that people who never step foot in the library should not voice concerns regarding us as staff. There was also a comment that was made regarding whether this current staff are qualified for the job. Let me be clear, we all have worked hard to earn our position. We each bring experience, skills, and dedication to our roles every single day. If there was ever a concern about qualifications, I would expect it to be addressed professionally and constructively, not as an offhand remark or an undermining comment. Personally, I do not need to justify my place here to anyone who doubts me without basis. My work speaks for itself. If there is something specific that needs to be discussed regarding my performance, I'm open to that conversation. But vague criticism or dismissive attitudes are neither productive nor warranted. I take pride in what I do, and I expect the same level of respect and professionalism that I give to others, especially people who are at a higher level than I am. We all have common goal to make sure that we continue to provide as much as we can to help the people in our community. I suggest people who never attend programs or have open conversations with staff members should stay in their own lanes. One thing is for certain, come April 1st, I am going to vote for the trustees that have continued to support them. Thank you. And the last correspondence. Good evening, board members and attendees. I want to take a moment to address a concern that I believe is important to the integrity and fairness of discussion surrounding our library. I have witnessed the library director of other public library repeatedly criticize our library, questioning our overall performance in doing our job. However, it is deeply troubling that someone who has never attended a single program at this library feels entitled to judge our services and community impact. Please stop being unprofessional in criticizing us. That's it.
All right. Has any other correspondence? All right, moving on. Public participation. Donna?
Can I just say, did those all just come to you, to your email? They didn't come to mine?
Yeah, they got sent to your email.
Yes.
Just to yours?
Right.
No, I didn't get those.
Photo on. Donna, go ahead.
Hi,
From Mike.
nice to see you. Well, the mic doesn't work for the room.
They should turn it on.
Well, no, it only works for streaming, I think, from what I was just told. And, you gotta think about hearing impaired, or use your teacher voice,
Sure.
okay? Just a thought. So my name is Donna Cleason, and I was instrumental in getting the candidate forum here at the library. And I am pleased to say, I think there were more people at the forum that are here tonight. So, of course, that's not counting family, but friends. We've got to consider friends. Anyway, I thank the library for allowing us to have the space. I know you had some misgivings about it. You had to work through it, but you did it, and I thank you for that. Peggy Kell of the League of Women Voters of Oak Park and River Forest, who, by the way, conducts forums for Melrose Park, Forest Park, other places outside of our district. She she did a great job. I don't know if anybody saw it, but she really did a great job. The candidates were not prepped ahead of time, and I have to say the candidates who were there answered, I think they did themselves proud for challengers. The forum provided a level playing field. No high-powered endorsements, no well-funded advertising, no armies of canvassers. So it's deeply disappointing to me to stand here and address the absence of every one of the incumbents from this important forum. This event was designed to provide a platform for open dialogue, transparency, and accountability. Values that are fundamental to our democracy. By choosing not to attend, you have not only disrespected this process, but also the very voters that you claim to represent. Your absence sends a clear message. Either you are unwilling to defend your record, or you take the support of your constituents for granted. To all those who didn't show up, I ask, if you cannot make time for your voters during an election season, how can they trust you to prioritize their needs once in office? Leadership is not about convenience. It's about commitment. It's about standing before the people, even when it's uncomfortable, and proving that their voices matter. So I say, shame on you, SK, shame on you, Alice, shame on you, Peter, and shame on you, Chewy. The voters who are here tonight, remember this moment when you cast your ballot. Leadership is earned, not entitled. Let us demand better from those who seek to govern us.
Thanks, Donna. Guys, care to comment at all? Care to comment at all? You can.
Other than I apologize for not being able to make it. I was out of town on work. I can't control work schedule, but I was traveling.
You could reply if you invite.
Alice?
I did reply to the invite.
No, you didn't.
All right, you got 3 minutes. Anna, right?
Hi, should I use the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Mahalski. Is this working? Anyway, I am a real person who has written to you all before. Somehow I was never included in packets or read out loud to everyone. My family moved to Elmwood Park in 1996. I attended school here. I bought my first home in 2021 and welcomed my first child here. I'm a longtime library lover. I remember going in the circle and the staff helping me a lot because my parents are Polish immigrants and they didn't have the English skills to help. Renewing my commitment to Elmwood Park as an adult, as a parent, is very different. And I certainly have a different perspective. And I want to talk about something I've seen paying attention the last few years. And I did not want to come here. I do not like to talk publicly. But I want to talk about the dishonesty that I've seen and we've already seen today. Just one example of this. Not long ago, I saw this graphic, which is actually framed here, making rounds online through the main library account. Again, I want to be clear. I want the library to succeed. Nobody likes saying bad things about the library. I feel that the success of staff is strongly being tarnished by the misinformation that leadership is choosing to show. So I'm gonna, you can look at it right here, but let's get on the same page. It's March of 2025. How the hell are you reporting numbers for 2025 and 2026? Seriously, how dumb do you think we are? Who approved these numbers? Who got this framed and thought this was a good idea? Okay, then let's look at the chart with other tax levies. Of course, Rolling Meadows is included. All of you are trustees. All of you know how the library budget works. You know that the tax levy is not just the simple way that the library budget works, that they divide it by number of residents. You know that businesses pay into this. 10% of Elmwood Park comes from businesses. 42 and 30% come from businesses in the other places. this is dishonest. There are other funds that come into the budget as well, like building funds that pay for this building, whatever. I understand wanting to simplify it, but the way you did it is completely dishonest again. Again, why, you know, the library is doing great things too. You don't have to make up lies and frame them and have your money in account, post them on social, and have your campaign manager harass my husband at work. All of you have been informed about this, and all of you are complicit with it. Don't, like, look me in the eye and tell me that you think that's okay. Because it's not fucking okay. It is not okay to harass someone, Rosie.
Sorry.
It is not okay.
Sorry, you're done. You're not supposed to do anything
Okay, I'm
against
sorry.
the board.
That's all. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk about lies that's coming from your candidate.
Hey,
Because
nope.
when you came to my house, I wasn't home with my son. Why did we come to your house? She came to my house.
Forget it.
My house.
Could it-
Look, order.
Bring it up. Point of order. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
Sign up.
Jack, you're up.
Sign up.
Talk about lies. Last campaign was the last
Let's
campaign.
talk
John,
about
John,
Let's-
you can talk about it later.
Was nothing but lies.
Let's talk about it afterwards.
Book banning,
Hey.
never gonna ever happen.
We didn't talk about it.
John, please.
You can come up later.
Pardon me?
You want to say anything else?
Pardon me?
Would you like to say anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, that was interesting. You've never read correspondence to the board before. I guess you do it when it's positive about you, when it's anonymous. My name's Jack Bauer. I live here in Elmwood Park. I just want to talk about a comment that I made last month. I have no idea how it's misconflated. I was saying anything bad about staff, but people can choose to believe whatever they want. I also have attended library programs too. This young woman did this Kwanzaa and Hanukkah story time in this very room. I'm also a working person who works at another library, so I'm not able to come to every program. I'm sorry. Okay, with staff retention already an ongoing issue, as we know, and staff consistently doing a great job, I don't believe we should be cutting their benefits. Last month, I addressed the board, urging them not to reduce paid time off for staff when I saw it listed on the agenda. Shortly after, Director Consiglio claimed that personal days would remain the same. However, you can go back and watch this. At the 17-minute, 30-second mark of the December 9th board meeting recording, he explicitly discussed cutting 3 staff days, 3 personal days. Well, I was relieved to hear there was a reversal. That was not the original position. Since then, I've reviewed the incumbent's campaign page. There's a FAQ on there stating they plan to continue reconsidering staff time off in the future. You can go there and read it. It also suggests that library staff receive overly generous time off. You can read that. That's what your campaign page says. If the intention is to reduce benefits, then own up to it instead of misleading the public when questioned. Defend your decision instead of pretending it doesn't exist. Furthermore, I find it shameful that the incumbents have blatantly lied on their website by falsely claiming their challengers support censorship. That's a lie. I know that for a fact is a lie. And why do you believe that your path to lead for re-election is through lies? Why do you believe lying to the residents is the way to get reelected? Thank you, everyone.
Done? All right, we got Julia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julia Bell. I've lived in Elmwood Park 23 years, and a lot has been said tonight, and I just want to take a little step back. I want to echo what Donna said, and thank you for doing what you did to organize the forum. I was deeply disappointed that no incumbents came. I thought that sent a message either we don't have to show up, our name's on the sign. You can misconstrue your intentions because you weren't here.
Could you speak up to me?
Yes, you can misconstrue your reasons for not being here, whether it's work or you just didn't feel you had to be here. And other things have been said tonight that I was maybe going to touch on, but as elected members who do volunteer, I think you have to be aware that things that are said about you on a website or in social media, you have to know, like your comms person you need to know what your comms people are doing. I was really deeply disturbed to see on your website the phrase that we, the incumbents, know what's best for you, and don't be fooled, this is what it says, by recent arrivals to our town. That sentence really was so disturbing to me. I almost thought like the author was thinking, should we say they're going to eat the dogs? Should we say they're going to eat the cats? Because it was very provocative and not necessary. What I would have rather seen on the website were your answers to the questions that the challengers came and answered without any preparation. I would have liked to see those answers. Now, I also want to say that your bios on the website were very interesting. And I just want to remind all of us that we are all neighbors. Everyone who's running, everyone who's an incumbent. And I want to say that, Alice, I learned that you have a large family and you're a serial volunteer like I am. You've lived here a long time. And that was really nice to learn about you. I learned that SK was widowed very early in her life. My dad died when I was 7, and I have a lot of respect for single moms because I was raised by one. And Pete, you have always stopped to talk to me about concerns and questions, and we have children a year apart who have been a year apart in school for a long time. Director, we had a nice lunch in June, my husband Jeff and I enjoyed that. Chris, a couple months ago, you said you had a deaf child. Mm-hmm. My background is in education of the deaf. I've been a teacher of the deaf for many years, and I've never really met you, but I just wanted to say that. Maurice, I know, is always here and has been a fixture. And anyway, we're all neighbors. Nobody here wants anything bad for the library. I would just like you to be aware of what people are saying on your behalf, because I think that comment about recent arrivals was beneath you. Nobody here is recent. If I were running, I'm sure I would be lumped into that. And I've been here a long time, and I'm not going anywhere. So thank you very much for listening. And I know lots of other things to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. All right. Thomas Guth? Thanks, Thomas.
My name is Thomas. I work in adult services. I started in circulation and moved into the adult when I started making programs. I'm a musician and I love bringing music to the library, and so people can learn to express themselves and learn about music. It's just that's what I like, my creativity I like to bring. I am writing this letter to express my deep appreciation for the current leadership of our library and to highlight the positive impact it has had on both staff and the community. Under our director's guidance, the library has flourished, offering innovative programs, expanding outreach, and fostering an environment where staff are encouraged to grow, develop new skills, and contribute meaningfully to the library's mission. Our director has created a workplace culture that values creativity, collaboration, and professional development. He has provided staff with opportunities that go beyond traditional expectations, allowing us to use our strengths and to better serve the community. His leadership has been instrumental in fostering a supportive and dynamic work environment where ideas are encouraged and initiatives are successfully implemented. I am incredibly grateful to be part of this library, as it has given me the chance not only to grow professionally, but also to contribute to something I truly love. This job is more than just work for me. It is a passion, and I take great pride in serving our community through the programs and services we provide. It has come to my attention that some individuals have misrepresented their involvement in our library's progress and have also spread misinformation regarding the state of our institution. As a staff member who actively contributes to the library's programs and services, I can say with confidence that the success of our library is a direct result of the leadership cultivated by our current director and the seamless teamwork created by staff. Any disruption to this leadership could negatively impact the momentum we have built, ultimately affecting both the staff and the community we serve. Furthermore, these individuals speak of inclusivity, yet practice the opposite, creating an environment where staff feel excluded and stressed about the selection if we do not fit their biased vision of how the library should be run. Their stance disregards the value of diverse perspectives and contributions, favoring an elitist mindset that assumes only those with certain credentials can serve our community effectively. It is a privileged viewpoint to assume that staff cannot make meaningful contributions to the library simply because they do not hold or cannot afford a master's degree. when in reality, we are already serving and enriching our community in impactful ways under the guidance of our current leadership. The unbiased nature of how our director inspires our staff members is in direct opposition to how these few individuals are portraying the current state of the library and its leadership. The growth, innovation, and community engagement we have achieved speak for themselves, making it clear that our leadership is fostering progress, not hindering it. I urge the board and this community to recognize the value of strong supportive leadership and to consider the actual contributions and progress that we have made under the director's guidance. The continued success of the library depends on maintaining a stable, encouraging environment where staff are empowered to do their best work. Thank you for your time and dedication to the well-being of the library and its mission.
Thanks, Thomas. Angelina Craig.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angelina Craig, and I'm a full-time circulation assistant here at the library, and I hold a bachelor's in English and an associate's in library and information technology. I'm standing before you today to address some of the negative statements that have been made concerning the library and its staff. These statements are not based in truth and cause more harm to this institution than any negative impact that these statements are claiming. Now, if you were to survey any random group of individuals about their experience in the workplace, the vast majority would say that they are unsatisfied or discontent. Many have even come to dread the daily commute to a job that does not fulfill them, a job that does not spark their passion. You can tell who these people are at a glance. You can feel the energy around them that says, I don't want to be here. It is tangible, and that tension is not something that makes people want to linger. And now, if you were to place one of those dissatisfied people that I just mentioned in a staff position here, or a trustee position, what kind of environment would that create? Would it encourage people to become such frequent patrons that staff know their names? Would it foster a community that allows the library to engage with patrons in a personalized way? The simple answer is no. It is human nature to leave spaces where we feel unwanted. If someone dislikes their work, that feeling subconsciously works its way into everyday interactions, no matter how hard we may try to disguise it, and while patrons may not actively recognize it, they can sense it. Feeling like an obligation or a burden to those whose job it is to help them certainly does not encourage patrons to return. The truth is, it is passion and drive that make all the difference in the world in a workplace. That passion radiates out and is felt by everyone in the vicinity. When someone truly loves what they do and they wake up every morning looking forward to the day, it is a noticeable difference. That feeling translates to every word spoken or action taken during the day. It allows staff members to connect with each other on a whole other level that enables them to achieve incredible things. These are things that are innate, that come from within an individual, and an employee cannot be trained to do that. Those things can be found in every single staff member here. Ever since I started my employment here, our library has branded itself as a place of inclusion and welcome. One of our primary goals is to make all patrons feel as though they are in a safe, positive space. We want to become that home away from home. We want to foster an environment that allows every person that walks through that door to feel accepted as they are, especially in today's volatile circumstances. That is what makes up the heart of the library as it is today. A true spark of joy for how we can foster that welcoming environment, and that spark begins with leadership. In the 7 years I have worked in library positions, I can say with absolute confidence that Michael Consiglio is the most insightful, open-minded, creative, and approachable boss that I have ever had the pleasure to work with. He understands that staff are the most crucial part of helping a library to grow and thrive, and encourage us all to explore new ideas and to continue developing ourselves both professionally and personally. That level of connection and the ability to see the potential in others makes what we do possible. Michael doesn't just look at statistics on spreadsheets or oversee meetings. He does not just look at what's on paper, on a resume, or purely at cold, hard facts. He intuitively sees what every individual on staff here has to offer, how they can uniquely contribute to making this library an engaging space for the community. He engages with every patron, no matter the demographic. He closely observes everything happening and anticipates what could improve the library for everyone, coming up with solutions before problems even arise. These are not things a degree can confer, no matter the university, the subject, or how many hours you studied. These are skills gained through years of experience in the real world, and there is no doubt that these are skills that Michael and all of our staff possesses. Being under Michael's leadership has given staff a safety net that allows them to take risks and try new ideas, and that has led to the expansion of products and services the library can provide to patrons like nothing else can. In 1 year, I have seen a level of growth exponentially bigger than any other library I have been employed at, even over multiple years. Staff are constantly pushing themselves to see what they can come up with next because they want the library to grow. They want to be part of that process and engage with the public. And that should speak volumes about how much of a positive impact Michael and the current Board of Trustees has had on all of us. In short, they inspire us to do better, to create better, and there's no better definition of a successful leader than that. Without that kind of leadership, the library would lose the dynamic that makes it so special to so many in the community. Making Elmwood Park Library stand apart from all other libraries is the motivation that I see Michael and the Board of Trustees exhibit every day, and they pass that motivation on to us. They lead by example and stand behind every one of us, and that is something that would only continue to benefit Elmwood Park and its residents.
Thank you. Marge Zagat. Marge?
I can't speak anything of the politics. I would prefer not to. I can't speak anything of the politics. I know nothing about the politics that are going on here or the turmoil that is happening. I don't live in Elmwood Park. I lived in Elmwood Park for 21 years till I got married. I'm a resident of Northlake, but I participate in a lot of the events that are here. I retired 4 years ago. Since then, all I do is go to libraries. My whole job, as I call it, is visiting libraries and attending the events that are at libraries. I go to 35 libraries. I wake up in the morning, I look at every single calendar that every library has every day. I choose the events that I want to go to. I sign up for the events. I attend the events. I can't say enough about Francesca and Mary Claire and how I'm treated here. I rated the 35 libraries that I attend with 25 different aspects that I feel myself are critical and what brings me to the libraries. And Elmwood Park came up number 1. I went from was a 1, and it's based on those categories. I had, the only thing they fell down on at a number 3 was the parking situation. Which, luckily, I get in the back, but that's the only thing. Sometimes you gotta go around a couple times till you find a place to park. But I had, the location, yes, I come from Northlake, so it's a bit of a drive, but it's doable. Things such as, the friendliness of the people, the patrons, the knowledgeability, the knowledge, the professionalism, the patience. So the calendar is easy to use, and signing up and canceling. Everything is easy here at Elmwood Park. And I knew nothing about what I was stepping into tonight with politics. Not at all. I just want to let people know here, I enjoy it. I feel my home, even though it's not my home anymore.
Yeah.
I love Elmwood Park Library.
Thank you very much, Marge. And last but not least, Francesca Romito. Yeah.
Mike. Hello. It's good? Is it on? Awesome. Good evening.
You have to talk loud.
Yes. My teacher voice.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening. My name is Francesca, and I am the Adult Services Department Head and the head librarian here at the Elmwood Park Public Library. For starters, I would like to note that I have a bachelor's degree in English literature with certifications in creative writing and poetry from Northern Illinois University, and a master's in library and information science degree from the University of Denver, and I have been working in library since 2018. Although this seems to not matter to some, as they claim we are uneducated, unprofessional, and simply put, bottom of the barrel people that no one else wanted to hire.
Who said that?
This is,
Please let her
did
talk.
anyone speak during yours?
Yeah, people did.
Okay, but
No one said that. I've never said that. No one's ever said that.
I didn't say that you did.
Okay, who are you talking about?
Let her speak.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know.
Although this seems to not matter, to some as they claim we are uneducated, unprofessional, and simply put, bottom of the barrel people that no one else wanted to hire. This is not just an insult to me, my director, and my colleagues, but it's a serious misrepresentation of the dedication and passion our team possesses. To be clear, I hold an MLIS, but that does not make me superior to anyone else aspiring to work in a library. I was privileged enough to go to school and pursue whatever I wanted, thanks to the dedication and support of my immigrant single mother. And when I hear people discredit that, it infuriates me to no end. Many people lack the financial means or support to pursue higher education, yet that doesn't diminish the value they bring to a public library. The MLIS is not only vastly inaccessible to many, it is also not a requirement to work in a library. What truly matters is the passion for serving the community and the ability to connect people with information and resources. The notion that we're bottom of the barrel is not only offensive, but entirely misguided. I have worked alongside incredible library workers who may not have advanced degrees, but possess an encyclopedic knowledge of literature, a genuine love for helping patrons, and creative problem-solving skills that rival any academic achievement. Our staff includes former teachers who chose to transition into library work, retired professionals seeking a meaningful second career, and other staff members who are passionate about community services and literacy. We have team members with backgrounds in social work, psychology, technology, education, business, finance, customer service, and art, all of whom contribute their expertise to serve our patrons. This library has gone through tremendous change, and I believe that change has been for the better. Our team has worked tirelessly to transform this library into something we can all be proud of. We have launched innovative programs for all ages, from PC building classes for teens, to Decade DIY, to technology one-on-one support. We've expanded our collections to better represent diverse voices and experiences. We've become a safe haven for many and a resource hub for new immigrants and a gathering place for seniors. But beyond the tangible improvements, what truly sets us apart is our commitment to being a welcoming space for everyone. We're here because we believe in the power of knowledge, the importance of community, and the fundamental right of access to information for all. So when I hear someone label us as uneducated, inexperienced, and unprofessional, I can't help but question why these words are spoken when they don't even know us. They don't come to our programs and they don't try and engage with our staff. These critics don't see the hours we spend researching and planning events or the care we take in curating our collections. They don't witness the patience and empathy we show when helping a frustrated patron navigate complex online forums, or the joy we share when a child discovers their new favorite book. So I urge the residents of Elmwood Park to reflect on what you've learned about the library in the last couple of years. Please pay attention to the voices of the staff here. Your support of us is essential. To those who doubt our professionalism or question our value, please ask yourselves why you hold these beliefs. Have you truly engaged with our library and its staff? Have you attended our programs or utilized our services? Our doors are always open, and we're more than willing to have honest conversations about our roles and the value we bring to Elmwood Park. Thank you.
All right, moving on. Library Director's Report. The floor is yours, Mr. Consiglio.
Included in your packet is the March update. I want to go through the programs real quickly because we have a couple on board this week. Unfortunately, we're filled up, but you can see our programs here. The chocolate tasting program, the growing popularity. The Southside Jazz Coalition, we had huge audiences and we're packed to the hill. This week we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day and St. Joseph's Day, and we have over 50 people signed up for that. I talked about our commitment to the staff and how much training we're going through right now through personal and webinar training. One of the better programs that we did in the beginning of the year, and we're going to do it again, and as you see, is the PEP, the Period Education Project, and we were recognized by the organization that does this. And you can see, I have a copy of their letter and magazine that has our picture in it. And we're planning to do this later this year. the feedback from the parents and the girls were outstanding. So there's no reason to go into the next chapter, but I want to talk a little bit about the finance and budget planning, because we didn't have a meeting today because I haven't gotten any update from the village yet. What I presented to them, I'm hopefully in the next 30 days that we do, so we will probably most likely have a budget meeting and a BGP meeting next month. Regarding the elevator and facility maintenance, the elevator is fixed. We had multiple problems, and hopefully the circuit boards that they put in are going to last a longer time. But the problem that we have in the long term, and I've mentioned this before, is I have to sit down with Schindler and I have to bring somebody else in to compare what they're telling me is true, and do we need to shift from Schindler because they have a problem of getting parts in a timely manner. I mean, our elevator system is 22 years old, so I have to get a lot more information on that, talking to vendors and talking to elevator operators, the union. So I have that planned over the next 3 months. Again, with the HVAC systems, we're up to date. Everything's been checked out. You had received their inventory report in the last board packet. Now, one of the best things that happened this week is we started our homeschool families. We had 7 children, and they were learning coding. And we had an 8th student, but he was sick, so he didn't make it. So we figure we're going to have between 4 and 8, and hopefully the program will grow. So we basically have a program set up every week for the students to come in and work together. Sid and Adon are teaching them, and we're going to expand it as we go along. I believe we have enough program for the next 5 months, and we'll go on and teaching them something else. It's important for our position at the library is give children the opportunity to work with other children that don't necessarily, and fill in any gaps that their educator, mother, teacher, or aide cannot fill in. So another topic that we received some funding for is E-rate. And in that, we're going to be able to purchase some internet access and broadband services and internal connections. This will help us throughout the building. It's on an 80-20. So I think the total number that we're qualified for is $125,000. We don't need $125,000. It's kind of limited to the wiring. It's not like we could go buy hotspots and things like that, which we really need. But it's the first step. And our network is a little bit behind, so we're going to be able to upgrade things that we need to upgrade. We've been upgrading the cameras as we go along, and there'll be more on that. And hopefully, the company that we're dealing with on this will educate us a little bit more on what's available. We've gone through the list, but we picked the list that we need, and I don't know exactly how much we have that we're going to spend, but it's really not that much. Okay, on that. Funding and cost obligations, and that's how I explained. You could see that the 80% and where we're at, waiting for approval and so forth. And again, our commitment remains steadfast as we progress to provide innovative, inclusive, and impactful services to our community.
Did you want to mention anything about the weekend?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to go through this because this was important. In your package is analysis that Tracy.
Before you do that, just a quick question. So in here it says about the enabling the implementation of hotspots.
Yeah.
Is that the ones just in here in the ceiling, as opposed to the ones we're loaning?
The ones we're loaning.
Is that oh, I thought you. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You said
I'm mistaken. You're right. I
the
did say
loaning.
that, but I meant we are going to have some availability on it. Don, how many are we looking?
For hotspots,
Yeah.
we're looking at 50, and then you're also right. We're also looking. We put in a bid for wireless access points as well to upgrade those.
Oh.
The problem, we have a huge waiting list. People are late bringing it back. If we have 50, we're still going to have a waiting list, but at least we'll be able to satisfy 20 more people. And some of them, they go down, they break, and it's a huge savings for us. But I almost forgot, the important thing is that Don ran a report telling us who's coming to the library and when. And the question, there was a question recently about Fridays, keeping the hours open on Fridays. All right. Before we extended the hours, people worked 9 to 5. Now they might work 1 to 9. So there's no increased cost. The only increased cost that we're going to incur is to have security here on a Friday night. And of all nights, that's the most important night to have people here. Usually from 4:45 to 5 o'clock, something's always going on at this library. But as you can see in this report on the day shift, how much we've increased, I think it's the third chart. We're averaging 94 people more on Fridays, 55% increase. Now, as we go along in the summer, the average will probably go down slightly, but we have more programs coming in on Friday nights because the availability of this room is limited during Monday to Thursday. But you know what? This is the first step of answering that question on keeping the library open on Friday. The second is when we look at the programming, exactly what programs are coming in. And again, this is people walking through the door and coming in. They might be coming in for the bathroom. They could be coming in for anything to see it. But we have seen an increase, and it is worth us being open because we are a warming and cooling center, and there's no reason not to be open. We're here to satisfy the residents. We did get complaints a year ago because he couldn't understand how come we're not open. Well, we satisfied his need. Hopefully he is coming. Well, Gabby left. But he's pretty vocal about it, and now we've satisfied his need. But overall, we're seeing a lot of kids in downstairs, and we do have programs on Fridays. So it's the first step.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
All right. All right, if you have any questions for the director, please see him after the meeting or before the meeting, preferably, because you've read your packet. Any building committee update? Because I know.
Well, no, I got the third step, the recognition, the employee recognition.
You want to just do that near the
All
end?
right, I'll do it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that way we can have a meeting and then people can go. Okay, so building did not meet, BGPP, do you want to just give a quick update on where we're at for those?
Where we're at, we had to make some minor changes. If you remember, we're going to build tables to make it a little bit easier so they could see the numbers. I have them with our attorney just to review it a second time, and because we didn't have a meeting, we'll approve them next meeting.
And then finance, you already gave the update though with budget, so I think
Yeah.
we're good there. And we have a motion on unfinished business to approve to hire William Carrollton Fulmer to complete all architectural and space planning work for the library expansion as detailed in phase 1 at a cost not to exceed the remaining balance of $48.50. Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by trustee Santangelo. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by trustee Monahan. Okay, discussion. So we did a 3,000 deposit
3,000,
last time.
right.
So I think this needs to be 5,500, right? Because last time we did 3,000.
Right.
And the remaining balance, I think that you have from the bill is 8,500
Correct. Phase
total.
1
Total for phase 1.
for phase
So it should be 5,500. We should be changing this to the not exceed 5,500
Okay.
to finish up the project. Is
Okay.
that correct? All right, so we want to amend it to not to exceed 5,500?
Yeah.
Trustee Santangelo, are you okay with the
Yeah,
amendment?
that's fine.
Trustee Monahan, Cocan, the second? Okay. Any other discussion on it?
You know, one update, I should have gave an update. Where we're at, we're going to finish on phase 1 is that he's going to lay out the library with the stacks to make sure that what we're doing, we can fit. When we're moving the stacks back to where they were in the center of the library. Okay? And it doesn't matter the time period when the grant money comes in. We will create space on the far wall where it's just actually rotating the room somewhat. There'll be a sitting area along the wall. The maker space is going to go down here is at the far end, and the meeting room is going to be where the periodicals are, and the periodicals are going to move here. And then we'll have the history room and the computer room will be in the Corbell room. So we can move the stacks, and if we don't build in 6 months, the library is still go. We have
So
enough room
take
to do
advantage of the
everything.
space then?
We'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
All right, any other discussion on it?
It's when you say move the stacks, like how far are we? Like
In the center.
10 feet, 20 feet? Like,
Well, they're gonna rotate them.
Oh, they're gonna rotate them from there too? Into the
Yeah, the stacks are gonna go, no, they're gonna go this way. They're gonna go the opposite way, which way they were originated, if you look at the lights. So it's basically the ones in the corner, far corner, are gonna move out. So we have enough room, and they'll probably come up to about this point in the library. We've taken inventory of the book. I can tell you that the adult books are something like 12 to 16 on a shelf. And that point is always confusing because people would say, how come you got this much room? Because you have to be able to, as you know, Mike, move the books in and out without damaging the books. So we have enough space here. And this, the second part of what he's going is looking upstairs where we have much more inventory of books.
That'll be phase 2?
No, that's the end of phase 1.
Okay, so for the remaining balance.
Right. We have about 77,000 books, I think.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, Madam Secretary, will you call the question?
Trustee Monahan?
Yes.
Trustee Santangelo?
Yes.
Trustee Belundis, yes. Trustee Fosco?
Yes.
Trustee Pesco?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, approved. All right. Doesn't look like we're going to need to retire to executive session, so we're all good on that. Turn it over to you for recognition.
Okay. Today we're here, I'm here, and the board's here to recognize our staff. It's hard to believe that just 27 months ago, I stepped into the Elmwood Park Public Library, ready to embrace a new chapter. Within my first 20 workdays, my assistant library director, my youth and adult service department heads had moved on, leaving us an immediately challenged, but also an incredible opportunity. One of my most vivid memories is from my very first day when I proposed 5 new adult programs. The idea was quickly met with resistance, and at that moment, I wondered how we would move forward. But here we are, 835 programs later, and with over 34,998 patrons participating in our programs and the experiences we've created together. That number isn't just a statistic, it is a testament to this incredible team's dedication, creativity, and resilience. That's why we are here today, to recognize you, staff, for your unwavering commitment and remarkable achievements. None of this success would be possible without your hard work, diligence, and innovative ideas. You have built a library that isn't just a place for books. It's a hub of community engagement, education, and enrichment. What makes today even more remarkable is that most of you are reaching your 2-year milestone with us. A remarkable feat in library world, where movement between institutions is common. Your dedication to staying, growing, and shaping the library's future speaks dedication to staying, growing, and shaping this library's future speaks volume to you. It's a sign that we are building here is meaningful, that our work matters, and that we are creating something worth being a part of. So today I celebrate your contributions, your creativity, and your resilience. Thank you for being part of the heart of this library, always stepping up and making Elmwood Park Public Library a place where the community thrives. Now, a couple things. Staff always knows that I have always quotes and all of them, but I think two that are important that I've always liked was coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. That was by Henry Ford. And one of my favorite ones is the strength of a team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. And that's Phil Jackson, coach at Chicago Bulls. I thank you guys for a great
Thank you very much.
2 years. Stand up. Stand up. Everybody know.
Don, everybody in the back.
Come on, Mary Carroll, stand up. Mary Carroll.
Thank you.
Michelle, you should have stood up because you're as much as a team as all of us.
You volunteer here, enough.
All right, being nothing left on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by trustee Santangelo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Trustee by trustee Fosco. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned at 5:55. Ooh, good number.